guys, it's Vicky and I'm here to do a little vlog for you, a little experiment if you will. So I mentioned in previous videos that I wanted to try to make my vlogs a little bit more focused and not just like, hey, this is what I'm reading right now. I kind of wanted to experiment with them a little bit. And so for this vlog, this is one that I've seen quite a few booktubers do, and I've always thought that they were really fun to kind of watch. And basically it is reading the lowest rated book on my Goodreads TBR because I'm curious as to why whatever book it is, because I don't know, I haven't looked yet, has a low rating and if I'm gonna like it or not, or what I'm gonna think about it. So I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads and find out what the book is, and then I'm gonna read it and let you guys come along with me and see what we end up thinking about this book. So let me go ahead and pull up my Goodreads for y'all. And okay, normally my want to read on Goodreads is organized by just like the date that I add the books. So I have to go in really quickly and change it to sort it by the average rating. And then let's see, I'm so excited. Okay, so I have to reverse it because it has the highest rated. Okay, so lowest rated book, The Need by Helen Phillips. I don't know what that book's about. Is that bad that I have a book on my TBR and I don't remember what it is? Okay, it has a 3.15 rating with 9,806 ratings, and it's a book from 2019. So let me pull it up and see. Let me read the synopsis since I don't know what it's about. Let's see if it can like jog my memory. Okay, so it says, I marked it to read on June 5th, 2020. And okay, it says, when Molly, home alone with her two young children, hears footsteps in the living room, she tries to convince herself it's the sleep deprivation. She's been hearing things these days, startling at loud noises, imagining the worst case scenario. It's what mothers do, she knows. But then the footsteps come again and she catches a glimpse of movement. Suddenly, Molly finds herself face to face with an intruder who knows far too much about her and her family. As she attempts to protect those she loves most, Molly must also acknowledge her own frailty. Molly slips down an existential rabbit hole where she must confront the dualities of motherhood, the ecstasy and the dread, the languor and the ferocity, the banality and the transcendence, as the book hurtles toward a mind-bending conclusion. In The Need, Helen Phillips has created a subversive, speculative thriller that comes to life through blazing, arresting prose and gorgeous, haunting imagery. Helen Phillips has been anointed as one of the most blah, blah, blah. Okay, I remember this now. I remember I added this because of Carol from Carol Marie Reads. I believe she read this book and it appealed to me. So, yeah, I'm gonna read this book. So this is not a book I have on my physical TBR, and I don't know if I want to go buy it. I don't think I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to see if my library has it. I'm also going to check, actually let me check right now since I'm right here. Let me see if Scribd has the audiobook, because maybe I can listen to the audiobook. Okay, they have the ebook. Oh, they do have the audiobook. Okay, cool. So I think I'm still going to go ahead and try to get the physical book too, just in case I don't like the audiobook, you know. But yeah, I'm not really sure why this has such a low rating. Maybe because it is speculative, so speculative books tend to get kind of weird sometimes. And I remember Carol saying that it was weird, but she enjoyed it. And she is a mom, so maybe it'll kind of, I don't know, touch me differently. Or maybe the same as Carol because we're both parents and, you know, it's about motherhood. I don't know. So yeah, I'm curious to see what this book is all about and what it's gonna be like. I didn't even think to see how long it was, but I can't imagine it's more than like 400 pages. It can't be like a super long book. So, all right. The Need let's see what it's about. I am going to see if I can get a copy from my library. And then I'll check back in with you guys once I have started it. Hey, so it is the next day and my library came through. I have my physical copy of The Need now, though I did start the audiobook this morning before the library texted me that the book was ready to pick up. So I went and picked it up curbside, but I did listen to what I think was about the first like 50 pages or so. And I like it so far. It definitely has a weirdness to it that I'm hoping as the book progresses, like, will be explained or whatever. I'm not really sure where it's going yet. But I will say I definitely like the kind of commentary and such about motherhood and parenting so far. I'm totally identifying with it and like am understanding a lot of the main character's feelings. She talks about pumping, like when you're breastfeeding, having to pump, and just that it's bringing back like memories for me because when I had my daughter, I went back to work and when she was 3 months old and I had to pump at work, and it was a thing. It was a thing. It was not my favorite thing to do at all, but so I really identify with this character and just kind of her fears that she's always worrying about her children. She's always thinking about her children, like just the whole kind of weirdness and duality of motherhood, that you're like, you're loving it, but you're also terrified and stressed, but they also bring you a sense of calm and normalcy. Like it's crazy. Motherhood's crazy. So I'm loving that aspect of the book so far. The rest of it I don't think has really quite like formed yet. The only thing I will say is the way that the narration works. The chapters are super short. Like when I was listening to it this morning, there were chapters that were like a minute long, which was kind of weird. Let me see if I can find a page, and then I was like flipping through it. Yeah, like there's a chapter that's like not even a full page. And then they alternate in time, because there's one story that's happening in the present day, but then the other story is basically the same day but earlier, I believe, like while our main character is at work. And so it's kind of like watching a tennis match, because like you're literally flipping so quickly. I can see why some people might not like that. But I was curious to know kind of like what people were saying about it on Goodreads, like why it has the rating that it has. And so just kind of like scrolling through, there were a couple that said that they liked the writing, but they didn't really identify with the main character or whatever, because or with like the main themes, because it's about parenting, and they're like, I don't have kids or whatever. There were some people that said they didn't like her writing at all. So far, I'm not experiencing that. I think her writing is fine. It's kind of like mixed. Like just like looking through friends' ratings and reviews, there's like a 4-star, a 4-star, a 3-star, a 5-star, a 1-star. Like it's kind of all over the place. And maybe that's why it's kind of averaging out to be a 3.13 because, or 3.15, because it's just kind of all over the place. People don't necessarily like all love it or all hate it. It's just everywhere. So I don't know, but so far I like it. I really like it. And it is pretty fast paced. Like I said, I just started it this morning for a little bit, just listening to it. And now that I have the physical copy, I'm 44 pages in just from listening to it for a little bit this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on keeping on with this. We are planning, today is Saturday, so we're gonna go try to do a nature trail walk, get outside for a little bit. It's a very pretty day, actually. It's cold, but it's very sunny, and I'm so happy because we haven't seen the sun in days. So yeah, hopefully we'll go take a walk, and then I do have a few things to do today. I need to film a video, edit that video, get it uploaded. I have to post For the Random Reads Book Club, the chapter breakdowns for our February read, I have to do that real quick. So I got some things to do today, but I definitely am going to be picking this up again. And yeah, I will check in with you guys when I have more to report. Hey, so sorry about the lighting, it is abysmal, but this is what we're dealing with. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the need, because I am now on part 3. I'm about to start part 3, which is about 87 pages in, and things are getting weird for sure. So the last like 20 pages, I've been listening to the audiobook, but the last 20 pages I had to go back and reread it because I wanted to make sure that I was fully grasping what was going on, because the weirdness has definitely started. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. There were also some parts in this, in the last hour or so I was listening, that again, just the talk of parenting and stuff in here is just, it's just so on point for me. And there's because there's a part where she's talking about, because our main character, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last clip, but she is parenting by herself right now. Her husband is out of town for work or something. And so it's just her and the 2 kids. And so she's kind of talking about the challenges of that or whatever. And that's when in the present story, an intruder comes into her house and she's alone with the kids. So that story's going on, and then you're also learning about earlier in the day what she was doing at work and stuff. So those are kind of the 2 timelines. And when she talks about, though, just some of the stuff with with having a partner in parenting, some of the stuff she says, I was just that is so true. I wish I had marked it, because just some of the stuff she says, how, you're in it together, but then there's those moments where you're mad at each other because, let's say one of you is in the shower, and so the other person is left to deal with the toddler's meltdown or the baby's blowout diaper or whatever, and you're just kind of in it on your own, where are you? Even though they're not doing anything, it's not like they're out partying or something, they're in the shower. They're doing something necessary, and just stuff like that. I was just this is so true to life. So that aspect I am especially really loving. And like I said, the weirdness is starting, but I don't hate it. It's like I said, I had to go back and reread the last 20 pages just to make sure that I knew fully what was going on. So I'm excited to kind of see where this is gonna go. I have a suspicion it's gonna go in a certain direction, and as we learn more about, I just keep calling it the weirdness, as we learn more about it, I have a feeling it's going in a certain direction, but I might be wrong. So yeah, we have to get the kids ready for bed now and do all that fun stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna read any more of this today because, like I said, I'm trying to listen to it on audio. And in the evening, like after the kids go to bed, I like to read, like physically read. So I'm also reading The Haunting of Maddie Claire right now. So I'll probably read this for the rest of the night, but definitely tomorrow I'm gonna pick this back up and keep going, and we'll let you guys know what is going on. Hey, so it is now Monday. I didn't give you guys an update yesterday because I didn't listen to my audiobook yesterday. I just typically during the week, I tend to listen to my audiobooks more because I listen to them while I'm doing housework and stuff. And yesterday I didn't do any housework. So I had nothing to report. But today I did listen to some more of The Need, and I think in my last clip I talked about how I was having some suspicions about where the story was going, and the last little bit that I listened to today is sort of confirming my suspicions. I think it's going in a certain direction, and now that I'm kind of getting into it, I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I guess like time will tell if it does go the way I think it's going. I don't know how much I'm gonna like it, but I am still really enjoying the writing and kind of the quickness of the book, the way that it's very, what's the word, like, just like pushes you forward. You're constantly like wanting to go forward and just keep going. So I really like that. So I'm about almost halfway through it, and yeah, it's not horrible, but like I said, I'm kind of now seeing where this is gonna go, and that might start to change my mind about things, but we'll see. Okay, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more a little more read today. I have a little bit more things to do. Leia has dance tonight, so I will probably take my physical book with me to read while she's in class. So I don't know if I'll get much more of this done today, but if I do, I will let you guys know. Hello, it is now Tuesday and I am out for a walk. It is very cold, but I just wanted to get some fresh air, and it's a good chance for me to listen to more of my audiobooks. So, yeah, I've been listening to The Need, and I'm still not quite sure if my prediction is right or not, because it keeps kind of confusing me, where I'm thinking maybe it's a red herring, but I don't know. But there is something going on right now in the story that I'm just having a hard time understanding, I guess. And it's something that is going on with the main character and a decision that she has made to do. And I can't really say much more because it would be very spoilery. But I'm just kind of like, why did she do this? I don't understand why she's doing this. Because if I put myself in that situation, I would not have made that decision. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I only have like 2 hours left of the audiobook. So we're getting close to the end, but I'm not sure where it's gonna go. It's either gonna take the path I'm thinking, which I think would end up being kind of disappointing. So I'm hoping that it's like something's gonna come out of left field and just like wow me. Okay, so I have about an hour left now, and I have a new theory, and it's good. If this is what's going on, then this book is gonna be awesome. But I don't know, and obviously, like, I feel bad because I can't tell you guys what it is because I don't want to spoil the book for you guys. This is one of those books that you kind of have to go into it knowing as little as possible. Like, basically what the blurb tells you is all you need to know. Because otherwise it's just not it's not as good of an experience. So yeah, I have this theory. It's totally different from what I was originally thinking. But if this is how the book ends, it's gonna be good. So I'm in my kitchen right now because I'm gonna be starting dinner soon. And hopefully finishing this book as I cook dinner, because now I need to know what happens. What? Okay, that did not go how I thought it was gonna go. I don't even know what just happened. I'm gonna need some time to process. Yeah. Okay, so it's the next day and I've had time to process and to think, and I'm ready to give my final thoughts on The Need. And I think I am going to give this a 4-star rating. And the reason is, I feel like the experience was really good. This book is very fast-paced. I had to know what was going to happen. I feel like the themes talked about in this book were super just relevant to my life right now, being a mother of young kids right now, and the joys and the struggles and the kind of duality that is motherhood. You're constantly dealing with joy versus anger, and calm versus chaos, and fear versus having to be the brave one for your kids and things like that. It's crazy. And this book explored that so well. I don't think I've ever read a book that so explained and showed motherhood the way that I myself have experienced it. So for that, this book was kind of special, and it definitely took me on a ride. So again, kind of looking back through Goodreads, most people give this book a 3-star. But then there's a lot of people that give it 4 or 5, a lot of people that give it 1 or 2, and kind of looking through the reviews, a lot of people didn't like the themes of motherhood, either because they themselves are not parents, or it just didn't connect to them. The other thing that people commented a lot on was there's a lot of talk of breastfeeding in this book and milk, and for me, I know some people found that very annoying in their reviews. They talked about how much they never want to hear the word breast milk again. And for me, again, I felt so seen in this book, because when I was breastfeeding in Molly in the book, it is so all-encompassing in terms of your everyday life. For me, I was constantly thinking about when I had to pump next and what my supply was like, and just ways to increase my production because I had supply issues when I breastfed both my kids, and just things like that. It was just such an obsession that it was always on my mind, and I think that was kind of what was going on with Molly. So again, some people are going to be really bothered by that. I found it to be very it just spoke to my life when I was a breastfeeding mom. So as far as the like supernatural slash sci-fi sort of themes in here, I enjoyed them, though when I got to the end of the book, I was a little let down by the ending. I had a theory that I was super excited about that I thought was going to happen. It didn't happen, didn't even come close. Both of my theories actually did not happen, which again kind of leads me to think that this was a pretty good book, because there were all of these kinds of possibilities that I was thinking it was gonna have, like it was gonna go, and they didn't. And it's still, the ending still was different from what I thought, though I had two different theories going. So to me, that also is a sign of a good book, that it kept you guessing, but you, in the end, you were still wrong. And the ending was very ambiguous. That's probably my biggest criticism of this book, was that there was too much ambiguity for me. I wanted a little bit more answers, and I didn't get them. So that was probably what stopped it from, honestly, what stopped it from being a 5-star was the ending. So I did knock it down, I think, to a 4. So I think that as far as this being the lowest rated book on my Goodreads TBR, I think it's because this is a book that is either going to appeal to you or it is not. And I think a lot of speculative fiction, which I think this is classified as, is kind of like that. You either like it or you don't, and it varies from book to book. What I will say is that if you are a fan of Ian Reid, like I'm thinking of Ending Things, or even Blake Crouch, because this book was very, very fast-paced and I didn't want to put it down. I had to know what was going on, and Blake Crouch books do that for me as well. And if you like the Ian Reid kind of weirdness and overall just kind of unsettledness, weirdness, I don't even know what to describe it. It's a feeling that the book gives you. This book also did that for me. So yes, if you like those types of books, Ian Reid books, Blake Crouch books, I think you would enjoy this, though again, the motherhood themes might not do it for everybody. So yeah, I'm actually surprised that I enjoyed this as much as I did in terms of looking at it and saying, oh, this was the lowest rated book on my Goodreads. I'm not entirely sure that it really deserves the rating that it has, but again, it is a polarizing book. So I feel like polarizing books are going to do that. They're going to have very mixed reviews. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Alright guys, so that is my experiment that I decided to do, where I looked at the lowest rated book on my Goodreads and read it and took you with me. And I have to say, it was a fun journey. I am really excited to do more of these sort of experiments, some of them revolving around my Goodreads in the future, just because I think it's kind of fun to do. And like I said at the beginning of the vlog, I want to kind of try to focus my vlogs a little more. Just to make them, I don't know, just to have a look more, just a more focused aspect. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So what I'm also going to start doing is kind of asking you guys for input. What kinds of vlogs would you like to see from me? Do you like just a basic reading vlog, like this is what I'm reading today? Do you like more experimental ones like this one? Or vlogs where I read specific books? I just kind of want to get some input from you guys as to what kinds of things you want to see from my vlogs. This is the type of vlog that I think I kind of want to start doing, though I think I will still from time to time do just a basic like, hey, here's what I'm reading right now, follow me around for a day kind of deal, because those are fun too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that this gives you a little more insight into The Need by Helen Phillips and whether you think it's for you or not. Because yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.